This is Whitney, and you're listening to the J-Cast on Jabberlog.
Welcome to Within the Trenches, true stories from the 911 dispatchers who live them.
Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo with Jabberlog on the J-Cast, and this is going to be Within the Trenches bonus episode number 3, and I'm currently live on Spreaker, and it's just me at the moment. Whitney could not be here. We were actually going to record an episode with her and I last night after we got out of work. However, those who work in dispatch know that things don't always work out how we want them to. We could go in for about 8 hours or 12 hours, depending on how your shift goes. And if you do it the way we do it, and somebody calls in, we have to go down the list. If nobody calls back for the overtime, we get forced in. Well, the other night, someone called in sick, and Whitney ended up working a 14-hour shift, I believe it was. And then as soon as she got out of work, she had to babysit, and then she had an appointment, and then it was right back to work. We both ended up working 5 to 9 yesterday in dispatch, and she was exhausted. But she kicked ass and took names as usual, and she got through it. So she will be on with me next week, and I will announce a little later on in this bonus episode who we are going to be talking with. But get some rest there, good buddy, and we'll see you next week. But what I wanted to do for this bonus episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about this recent power phone class that I took. And this was, I believe it was on Tuesdays when I took this class, and it was called Protecting Law Enforcement Officers. It was just a one-day class. It was very interesting, and if you get a chance to, if it ever comes up in your dispatch center, I highly recommend that you take it. There's a lot of great information in there, and it's pretty much just what the title of the class is, Protecting Law Enforcement Officers. Keeping, when you're on the phone with someone, scene safety, making sure that you know where every person is that's involved in this call, weapons, if anyone's been assaulted, if anybody needs EMS, all that good stuff that we always get. It's a huge reiteration of what we need to do every time when we are on a hot 911 call. And but one of the first things that was in this booklet that they gave us, which you might hear the paper rustling because I've got the booklet out right in front of me. But he was talking about how us as dispatchers, how we need to stay healthy, because us staying healthy will also help us in the, when we're taking calls and keep us alert and everything else. And he's talking about cardiovascular disease and how it can be caused by inflammation from poor diet, toxins, and stress. So being a 911 dispatcher, we deal with a lot of stress and everything. So there's information in here telling us to, stay on top of things with our diet, have good eating habits, and get sleep, get everything that we can. And I know I say that, and I need to practice what I'm preaching at this moment, because I myself, I do not eat right, especially in dispatch. That we get bored sometimes, and we just snack on stuff all the time. So us staying healthy will keep us alert while we're taking these calls, and it'll also keep our officers safe and others out there. There was a lot of good information, like I was saying, that came out of this class. And what I want to do is I want to get a hold of either the owner or whoever does the media portion of Power Phone, for them, I should say, so that Whitney and I can sit down with one of them or their instructors, and they can talk to us about different classes that they do, and especially about this, protecting the officers on the scene, and other classes they've taken. I've done an active shooter class with them, and it was amazing. There's a lot of good things you can learn from there. And one of the good things for this class is that it had stuff to do with the active shooters as well. But one of the other things that they talked about during this class was to avoid the 300 call syndrome. Now, once again, this is all part of PowerPhone and stuff that they were teaching. So this is not anything that I, did myself. This is all PowerPhone. So we'll get that straight right away. This is all them. They get all the credit for this. But what the 300 call syndrome really is that it says on here, laxity in call handling comes from repetition. Now, those that have just started in dispatching, you probably have never dealt with this before, but those of us who have been dispatching for a long time, there's calls that we've taken where it's been repeated so many times that it just, I don't want to say that we're slacking at all. It's not that we're slacking, it's just sometimes you don't take it as serious, and we should take all of our calls very serious all the time, especially with the frequent flyers or frequent callers that call in. They call in all the time, and they say, there's a certain thing that's going on, and you can bet that every day at the same time they will call and do the exact same thing. But we have to take it serious every single time, because it'll be that one time that you maybe take a couple more seconds, or you not so much blow it off, but are more lax with it, and that'll be that one time that it's a true emergency from this person, and that's where we get hit on it. And either someone gets hurt there on the scene with the caller and anybody involved there, or it ends up involving one of our officers, or fire department or EMS, or somebody that we're really close to, and it just makes things even worse. So in this class, they were telling us not to be not to fall into that 300 call syndrome, and avoid it at all costs. And repetition is what causes this 300 call syndrome. So try to be aware of that. I'm sure if you take a call, you'll know it right away when you start thinking, oh, here's this person again. But no, try to avoid that, and stick to what you were taught. One of the calls that they had for us that I'm going to play here in just a moment, it goes along with listening for red flags, and it's huge. And I'm hoping that we're able to talk about this in depth more next week when Whitney is on here, because I really want to get her opinion on red flags, and as well as our next guest that'll be on this other episode. So on the topic of red flags, this call that I'm about to play, I have to warn you right off the bat, this call it's not like the ones that Whitney and I played before, where they were just straight up funny calls, funny and shocking calls that you wouldn't think that you would ever hear. And well, this is going to be one of them too, but this is more intense than the other calls. And this was a call that that they played for us during the Power Phone class, and I actually found the tape from Dispatch Magazine online. Once again, like I said a few weeks ago when we were playing tapes, all of these tapes are from their library, and you are able to go onto their library and listen to all these tapes if you would like to. It's something that you can learn from, and they're just available for everyone to use. So I will also have this the link up for their library on the blog post when I post this on the jabberlog.com. But this is the Joe Horn call, and this is the dispatcher in this call did everything expected of him. He was responsible, professional. He had control of the call, and this call goes to show you that there are just some people that you can tell you've got to do this, but they won't listen, and there's nothing you can do. You can only do so much when you're on the phone, but it's important to get as much information as possible so that when the officers go out there on scene, or they're on their way, they know exactly what is going on. So I am going to play this tape here really quick. And once again, like I said, this is a warning. This is a little more intense than what we played last time. So I'm just going to play this here.
Pakistan 911, what is your emergency?
Burglars breaking into a house next door.
What's the address there, sir?
7418. Not my address, but next door, okay?
Yes, sir.
I've got a shotgun. Do you want me to stop them?
Nope, don't do that. Ain't no property worth shooting somebody over, okay?
Well, they're breaking in right now. They're in their house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching them.
What color's the house they're breaking into?
It's kind of a red brick right next to a two-story brick home, my home.
All right. What's the guys look like? White, black, Hispanics?
They're black, two of them.
Two black males? What are they wearing?
One's kind of a green shirt and white tennis shoes and blue jeans, and both of them are in the house right now.
What's the other one wearing, sir?
I didn't get a look at the other one. But hurry up, man. Catch these guys, will you? Because I ain't going to let them go. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to let them go. I'm not going to let them get away with this. Now, if you're standing in front of my house, okay, looking at it from the street, it'll be the left-hand house. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Stay on the phone with me till we get someone right over there, okay? Don't hang up.
I'm not hanging up, but I'm telling you right now, I don't like this kind of stuff, Dan. This is ridiculous.
Yes, sir, it is.
Broad daylight. I don't know if they're armed or not. I know they got a crowbar because that's what they broke in the windows with.
Which window did they go through?
On the side where the gate is, I mean, you know, where the fence is because nobody can see them. That would be the right-hand side, looking from the front. Man, this is scary. I can't believe this is happening in this neighborhood.
What?
This is scary. I can't believe this would happen in this neighborhood.
Can you see anything at all?
No, I just see where they went in the house. I can't see in the house.
I understand that, but you can see where they entered in?
Yes.
So they might slip out the same way, or can you see the front of the house?
I can't see the front. I can go out the front, but if I go out the front, I'm bringing my shotgun with me, I swear to God.
No.
I am not going to let them get away with it. I can't take a chance on getting killed over this, okay?
No.
I'm going to shoot. I'm going to shoot.
Stay inside the house and don't go out there, okay? I know what you're feeling, but it's not worth shooting someone over this, okay?
I don't want to, but, I mean, if I go out there, to see what the hell's going on, I mean, what choice am I going to have?
No, I don't want you to go out there. I asked if you could see anything out there, if you could see.
I can see a little bit of the driveway, but, see, I can't see the front.
Can you see anything out in the front of the house that, like a vehicle that came in or anything?
No.
Let me know if you see anything at all from where you're at. Don't go outside, okay? Stay in the house. Mr. Horn, you still there?
I'm here.
All right.
I can't see the front of the house. I can't tell if they stole something or getting away or not.
That's all right.
Well, over there, I would assume, I hope not.
Okay. I mean, you know your neighbors?
No, I really don't know these neighbors. I know the neighbors on the other side really well. I can assure you if it had been their house, I'd already done something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know them really well, not, you know.
Mr. Horn?
Yes?
Why don't you listen to me carefully, okay?
Yes?
I've got officers coming out there. I don't want you to go outside that house. And I don't want you to have that gun in your hand when those officers are poking around over there, okay?
I understand that, okay? But I have a right to protect myself too, sir, and
Yes,
you understand that.
Yes,
and the
you
laws
do.
have been changed in this country since September the 1st, and you know it and I know it.
I
have a right to protect myself.
I'm right there
And a
with you.
shotgun is a legal weapon. It's not an illegal weapon.
No, it's not. I'm not saying that. I'm
All
just
right.
not wanting you to, make a
Okay,
mistake.
he's coming out the window right now. I got to go, buddy. I'm
Hey,
sorry, but he's coming out the window.
Don't go out the door. Mr. Horn? Mr. Horn?
God damn it, they just stole something. I'm going out the window. I'm
Don't
sorry. I ain't
go
going to
outside.
let them get away with this. They
Don't
stole
go
something. They got a bag of
outside the
something.
house.
I'm
Okay?
doing it.
Mr. Horn, do not
I'm
go
sorry.
outside the house.
This ain't right, buddy.
You're going to get yourself shot if you go outside that house with a gun.
You
I
wanna
don't
make
care
a
what
bet?
you think.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
stay
kill
in the
'em.
house.
They're getting away.
That's all right. Property's not worth killing someone over. Okay?
God damn it.
Don't go out the house. Don't be shooting nobody. I know you're frustrated, but don't do it.
They got a bag of loot.
Okay. How big is the bag? They're carrying a
Just
bag
a hand.
of stuff. They're walking out about a hand full.
Yeah,
Yes. Which way are they going?
I can't. I'm going outside. I'll find out.
No, I don't want you going outside, Mr. Horn.
Well, here it goes, buddy. You hear the shotgun clicking, and I'm going.
Don't go outside. I'm going to get on your radio, Jeff.
No, you're dead.
911 Pasadena.
Get the law over here quick, man. Get one of them's in the front yard over there. He's down. The other one's run down the street.
Where
I
are
had no
you?
choice. They came in the front yard with me, man.
Where
I had
are
no
you?
choice. Get somebody over here quick, man.
All right, Mr. Horn, are you out there right now?
No, I am inside the house. I went back in the house, man. They come right in my yard. I didn't know what the shit they was going to do. I
Did
shot
you
them, okay?
shoot somebody, Mr. Horn?
Yes, I did. The
Where
cops
are
are
you
here
right
now.
now?
I'm inside the house.
You're inside
The
7418.
police are out here right now.
Mr. Horn, put that gun down before you shoot an officer of mine. I've got several officers out there without
I am
uniforms
in the
on.
front yard right now.
Put that gun down. There's officers out there without uniforms on. Do not shoot anybody else. Do you understand me?
I understand.
I've got
I
police
understand.
officers out there that
I
do
am
not
right out
have
in the front
officers.
yard waving my hand right now.
You
okay?
don't have a gun with you, do you?
No.
All right. You see a uniformed officer? Okay, lay down on the ground and don't do nothing else.
No.
Lay down on the ground, Mr. Horn. Do what the officers tell you to do right now.
Where's the gun? In the house. Where? In the chair.
Okay, so that was the the Joe Horn call, and like I said, it's a little more intense than what we played last time. But I also said, both Whitney and I had said to everybody during that episode, I think it was episode number 12, that the calls that we're going to start playing are going to be a little more intense. These are calls that we actually deal with. It's all other, dispatchers, people in emergency services, what we're talking about. But for the general public, this is your public education, so to speak, of 911 and what we all go through. And, with that call, like I said before, the dispatcher did an excellent job, but there are just some people that you can't get to, to listen or do what you say. But he did an excellent job. Unfortunately, with those two people who were robbing that house, they did pass away. And from what we were told from the instructor, both of those subjects were they were pretty bad guys. They had some rap sheets, felonies, and a lot of really bad things. But I am not saying myself that makes it any better. The caller, Joe Horn, he did, what we were told, he didn't get charged with anything, and that ended up drawing up this debate within class on whether he should have been charged for anything or not. I won't get into that right now. It was, like the instructor told us, it's a sticky situation. However, if you would like, either on the fan page or when I post this on thejabberlog.com, you can put your comments on there, say what you think about the call. If you had a problem with the call, you can put that as well. But like I said, these calls are real calls, and they're things that we deal with. And, it helps people understand more of what we do. I've had people who say, no, you can't really take calls like that. Serious? That really happens? Yeah, that really happens. This is real life. This is what we do. But in regard to this call, there was a section underneath it in the booklet that talks about keeping a safe environment. So it's saying that the telecommunicators must assess the caller's environment for safety of all involved. And this is true in anything. It says an accurate description of the scene is essential to officer survival. And once again, very, very true. There's a lot more that goes into it, but definitely anybody listening right now, if this class comes around from PowerPhone, something that you can sign up for to take, I would recommend taking it. It's a really good class, very informative, interesting, and the calls that you will listen to are very interesting. And they help you learn from it as well. But on that note, this is going to be the wrap up. Like I said, I just wanted to do a quick bonus episode to talk a little bit about this PowerPhone class and what I thought about it. That one tape that we heard, and officer safety, scene safety, avoiding the 300 call syndrome, and for you guys to really check into this class. It was really a good one. I do want to do a quick announcement, or a couple announcements actually. Within the Trenches is part of Jabberlog, or the Jabberlog, I should say. It is part of the website. This website is what holds every single episode. However, the fan page is just for Jabberlog, for everything that's under Jabberlog, I should say. But Within the Trenches has become rather large. There's a lot of people that are coming to it, and it's specific towards 911 dispatchers. But it's, like I said before, it's also for the public to learn from. It's public education. However, everybody who's a fan of Jabberlog, I don't know if they want to see the specific 911 dispatch stuff that I put, so I have decided to go ahead and split Within the Trenches from the Jabberlog fan page, not from the website where the show is usually. It's only being split from the fan page. So Within the Trenches podcast will have its own fan page. I will be putting that up later on today. And episodes will still be posted on the Jabberlog fan page, but the dispatch-specific information will all be, and stories and other things like that will all be on the Within the Trenches podcast Facebook fan page. So we're splitting it off so that I can try to cater to everybody who's a fan of Jabberlog and the podcasts that come with it, and just trying to keep everything organized, which a lot of times I don't have things organized. I'm all over the place or winging it. And so that's going to be a new thing coming up. I'm going to be putting that together, like I said. I'll be putting it up later on tonight for the new Within the Trenches podcast fan page on Facebook. And another announcement, next week Wednesday, around 2 o'clock, I believe, the next episode number 18 of Within the Trenches, it will not be live. It will be pre-recorded. And it's we do it that way because Skype isn't always that reliable, and Whitney and I don't want to run a show live with somebody and then something mess up and then have to cut the whole thing off and then have you guys come and go to another link. It's just a huge pain in the butt. So it'll be pre-recorded, and our guest for next week at 2 p.m. is going to be Kristen Kitchen. Now, by just saying that name, if you don't know who that is, maybe you know from the initials KMK. Or, if you don't know that either, then how about Diary of a Mad Dispatcher? Now, I'm sure all of you know who that is, and Diary of a Mad Dispatcher is KMK, along with other admin, but, more, KMK, which is also Kristen Kitchen. And Whitney and I have talked about it for a while, and we had, all this list of people that we were trying to go through, and then we brought it up, and we said, yes, hell yes, we need to get her on right away and do an episode, because I think it would be an excellent time. And just the little bit of emails that I've been sending back and forth with her, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be excellent. So make sure to stay tuned for next week Wednesday. I think it's May the 1st, maybe. But at 2 p.m., we're going to be re-recording that episode, and then later on that night, I will be posting it up. So it's going to be Ricardo and Whitney Within the Trenches with KMK of Diary of a Mad Dispatcher. And make sure to check her out, too, on Facebook. She's got thousands and thousands and thousands of Mad Dispatchers and fans following her. And she also has clothes. If you go to Etsy.com, you can find different merchandise that she's selling as well for her brand, and they look pretty awesome. So make sure to check that out as well. For Within the Trenches, we have some new T-shirts. We had them going through a campaign on Teespring where it was the logo on the left side, and then it had some words on the back of the shirt, and that the campaign did not pass. However, I'm going to be posting it on the Jabberlog store, and all that information will be on the Jabberlog fan page, the new Within the Trenches fan page, as well as the Jabberlog.com. So all of that's going to be up there. I just spoke to my good friend Seth Montai, who owns Threads ET, and we're getting things worked out. We're going to have those shirts up there for people to purchase as well. And just the last thing, if you're going to be in Lansing, Michigan at the end of May, I think it's May 21st through the 23rd or 20th through 23rd, something like that, in Lansing, They're going to have the 2013 NINA conference. I'm going to be there all week, attending classes and doing episodes. So if you're going to be there and you want to be on the show, send a message to us, and we'll get you on there. I'm also going to be presenting on Thursday, the 23rd, and that'll be around 10:30, I believe. So I'll be presenting there, telling my story of how I got into dispatching and the burnout that I went through and the regeneration and everything, my whole revamp of dispatch life, so to speak, and the show, of course, how I came up with the show and everything. So that's going to be in May, and then I've said it before, I'll say it again, October 17th and 18th, Success Communications is having a 911 for 911 conference, and that's going to be in Las Vegas. And if you guys want to check that out, go to 911for911.com, and if you sign up, let them know that Within the Trenches sent you, and you can get a buy one, get one free deal for their registration. So you pay yours, but the other person that you bring gets into the conference free. And as always, if you have any comments, concerns, questions, anything like that, you can email the show at thejcast@thejabberlog.com or wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at Jabberlog, and all this, the posts and everything will be up 24/7 on thejabberlog.com. Have a good one.